problems, though, is our churches. There's gonna be a lot of people that don't like me saying this because this kind of damages a lot of bodies' money making, right? They want to keep people. They want to keep people there because that's how they budget. You got 100 people in there, you figure out, roughly what your tithe is each month, and that's how the churches set their budget. The problem is that, one, we're relying on our budget, not God, to provide, right? We're relying on our ability to keep people in the church and not God to fund us. That alone should be enough for us to be like, I want nothing to do with that. I want to do what the Bible says, right? And the Bible says to go make disciples, teaching them to observe all that I commanded you, right? And it says, entrust these sayings, the teachings, to faithful men who would be able to teach others. What good does it do if they're not teaching others? They need to go teach others. We want to see the body replicating and growing. In reality, when a church gets to a certain point, it should be splitting and be 2 churches and continue to grow so that when it grows to a certain point, those 2 churches split. Now you got 4 churches. That's what should be happening. It shouldn't be an issue when people want to leave because they have grown to a certain point. Right? Now, we have to be smart about it. We have to be wise. We have to have conditions and certain things that they need to know. But if we're not actively pursuing that, if we're not actively checking on it and training them and discipling them, and we're standing back and doing nothing and looking at them going, oh, well, you're not ready. You got to stay here another 10 years. And maybe then after 10 more years sitting here and paying your tithes to the church, we can talk about maybe you could be a teacher here in the church on circuit. Right? We need to be going out. Come on. Inside the 4 walls is the training grounds. We should be training up the saints to go out and do the work. And when that happens, more people should be coming in to the point to where there's more churches starting continuously. It should be a constant thing. So here's the truth. Discipleship is not how many people we can collect. It's how many people we can send out successfully. Christians are not collector's items to be stored up in a church to look at and think about, oh, look at all the pretty treasure I got. Look at all this. Isn't this wonderful? That is not what Christians are. Every single one of us is supposed to be the image of Christ. What was Jesus? Jesus was a leader, right? He was a discipler, a trainer. Now, I'm not saying everybody is supposed to be one of the fivefold, right? I'm not saying everybody's supposed to be a pastor or an evangelist. And these are offices that are supposed to be training the saints, okay? These are not the people that are doing that job because the saints are called to evangelize. The saints are called to prophesy. So, I'm not saying everybody is called into the office of the fivefold to teach, to be the position coaches and the trainers there. I am saying that every Christian is called to be a discipler. Every Christian is called to disciple others and to reconcile others to Christ. So we can't sit back and try to push it off on somebody else. We can't, as leaders, just try to collect up Christians. We need to be sending them out. We have to be. At some point, we can't hastily be putting them into positions. They need to be trained up properly and they need to be tested. But at the same time, we can't just hold them back forever. They have to be, when they start discipling and training up people and they're teaching truth, you gotta cut them loose.